Have you ever paused in the middle of your busy day and genuinely wondered why so many people possess immense talent, raw gifts, and incredible potential, yet they never actually reach anywhere significant? While someone like Messi, even though he was injected with painful growth hormones in his childhood due to his alarming short stature and absolutely nobody believed in his future, manages to become an untouchable global legend. What is the actual, deep secret behind Messi? What kind of mysterious magic did Messi possess that ordinary people and even his peers simply didn't have? This is exactly the core mystery we are going to unpack and discover today, putting every single minute, hidden piece of Messi's life under a heavy magnifying glass to see how Messi truly became Messi. Let's travel back in time to the days in the dusty streets of Grand Bourg and the rugged pitches of Rosario, where a tiny, fragile kid with a football literally glued to his feet was effortlessly mocking the adults, and little Messi amazed everyone around him with that small, overlooked frame of his. All of Messi's peers back then thought football was just about fancy dribbling, scoring occasional goals, and winning matches. But Messi had something entirely different burning in his mind, and from a remarkably young age, Messi understood precisely what the difference between just being a good player and actually being Messi really was. Right around that crucial time, a doctor told his terrified family with absolute cruelty that this boy, given his stunted height and fragile physique, would never become a great professional football player, and the whole world suddenly collapsed on top of Messi and his grieving family. Imagine being told at the tender age of 13 that the path you are literally breathing for is completely closed to you forever, and little Messi had to face this crushing, bitter truth right then and there. What would you have done if you were in his shoes? Would you have just dropped to your knees in defeat and given up on everything? But Messi possessed an unbreakable mindset that can completely turn your life upside down today if you let it. That exact moment was when Messi's resolve was truly tested for the first time. Messi realized with absolute clarity that obstacles aren't placed in your path to stop you, they are there to measure the sheer magnitude of your willpower, and Messi started his relentless fight right from that exact spot of despair. Many of us, the very second the first door closes in our faces, think the world has ended and there is no other way forward. The moment we fail even once in our professional work, personal projects, or academic studies, we quickly slap the heavy label of "not meant to be" right on our foreheads and surrender without a fight. But the first profound secret Messi teaches you is that failure in the path of successful people is never a permanent dead end. Messi showed us through his own life that failure is just a yellow sign flashing in the distance, saying, "Change your route, but never ever quit." When Barcelona's club finally stepped up and generously agreed to cover Messi's expensive medical treatment costs, many casual observers thought everything was smooth sailing and Messi's path to glory was completely clear of danger. But Messi's true story was only just beginning. Messi moved across the ocean to Spain, far away from his family, far away from his childhood friends, thrust into a completely foreign country with an entirely different culture where he knew absolutely no one. Do you think that transition was easy? The crushing loneliness, the deep homesickness, and the heavy psychological pressure weighing down relentlessly on the fragile shoulders of a 13-year-old boy like Messi were entirely unbearable. Many ordinary people break down and shatter at this exact point because they naively think success is a smooth, paved highway where you just cruise along. But the hard truth is that true success stands right behind that exact intimidating mountain of hardship and grueling loneliness that no one wants to climb. And Messi learned in those dark years how to fight the pain of loneliness and turn it into the explosive fuel for his driving engine on the training ground. Messi didn't surrender to homesickness because he deeply knew his ultimate goal was far bigger than all of that temporary pain combined. What about you? When you find yourself completely lonely, when nobody has your back, when your own family or closest friends don't believe in your vision, what do you actually do? Do you stop right there and make excuses, or do you fight alone just like Messi did? This is where an extremely important law of success comes into play. Blind consistency is completely useless, but smart, strategic consistency works absolute miracles, and this was precisely what Messi executed to absolute perfection every single day. Did Messi just practice casually for the sake of checking a box? No, never. Every single day without fail, Messi became a fraction of a second faster than yesterday, and Messi struck the football 1% more accurately than the day before, compounding his skills silently. All of us in our daily lives look for massive, life-altering results in the shortest possible time and completely lack the virtue of patience. We go to the gym for 2 months and expect our bodies to look like elite Instagram fitness models, or we work on our side business for 2 months and expect to become overnight billionaires. When it doesn't happen instantly, we get disappointed, lose motivation, and throw it all away. But Messi proved to us once and for all that true champions aren't the ones who do great things once in a while. Messi taught us that champions are those who repeat small, boring things thousands of times without ever getting tired, driven by pure, obsessive passion, and Messi himself remains the living, breathing proof of this profound claim. Now let me tell you a strange, subtle secret that maybe fewer people have ever paid attention to, and that is Messi's unique, grounded character. Messi dribbles past defenders on the pitch, effortlessly gets past opponents, scores a breathtaking goal, and then what does he do? He calmly turns around and walks back to his position with zero fanfare. We don't see any arrogant shouting from Messi, no bizarre showing off for the cameras, and zero ego or arrogance inside Messi's soul. Why? Because people like Messi who truly believe in their own core power don't ever need to scream to prove it to others, and Messi demonstrates this quiet dominance entirely in action. Arrogance is the single greatest enemy of long-term progress, and Messi deeply understood this universal law. Have you ever noticed that whenever you get arrogant about a small win, you fall flat on your face? The exact moment you think you know everything and no longer need to learn anything new, you've already lost the game. But Messi never once fell into this dangerous trap. After winning 8 Ballon d'Ors, more than anyone else in history, Messi still shows up to training just like it's his very first day as a kid, as if Messi still holds 0 titles and remains utterly, fiercely hungry for success. This is that lethal humility which makes the vast difference between an ordinary person and someone like Messi. How arrogant are you in your own personal life? The moment you achieve your first tiny success, does your attitude toward those around you immediately change? Do you think you're somehow superior to everyone else? That is precisely the point where your ultimate downfall is triggered, but Messi, despite all his unmatched honors, becomes more humble with every passing day. Yet Messi's epic story is also filled with hidden, agonizing pains that many casual fans know nothing about. Do you remember the devastating failures in World Cup and Copa America finals with the Argentina national team, and how much crushing pressure those losses put on Messi's shoulders? In 2016, following the heartbreaking defeat in the Copa America final, Messi announced his retirement from international football at the absolute height of despair and under the crushing, toxic pressure of the global media, and many thought Messi's career on the international stage was completely over. Everyone thought it was the absolute end. The media pressure on Messi, the tears of millions of Argentine people for Messi, and the vicious insults hurled at Messi from all directions were infinitely heavy. Imagine Messi bearing all that toxic psychological pressure while an entire nation expected him single-handedly to be a champion. Many of us, with the very first hint of public criticism, with the first minor blame from those around us, throw a childish tantrum and completely give up on our lifelong goals. But what did Messi do? Messi returned a few months later, stronger, wiser, and more dangerous than ever before. Why? Because Messi understood deep down that surrendering to the shallow judgment of others is the ultimate betrayal he could commit against himself, and Messi knew he had to fight for his own soul and his people. Messi returned and finally lifted the ultimate championship trophy in 2022, completely changing the entire narrative of his legacy. What does this mean for you? It means your greatest victory in life often comes right after your darkest, most agonizing night of despair, and Messi transformed from that very dark night into the brightest star in football history. The night you feel like throwing in the towel and burning everything down is precisely the night you must grit your teeth just like Messi and tell yourself with absolute conviction, the game is not over yet. Let's be completely honest with ourselves right now and search our souls deeply. How many times have you quit along your path because of what ordinary people said, because of the harsh judgment of others, or because you thought you were too old or that it was simply too late, failing to act with the resilience of Messi? Messi showed time and time again that age, height, poor initial life conditions, and what society says are none of them determining factors of your destiny. What was truly determining for Messi was how deeply committed you were to your chosen path and how fiercely you stand by it until your very last breath. In our daily lives, our biggest enemy is laziness and chronic procrastination, putting important things off until tomorrow and constantly repeating the comforting phrase, "I'll start fresh on Saturday." How many times have you used that lazy sentence in your life? Messi didn't have anything called Saturday waiting for him in his life, and Messi never once postponed today's crucial work to tomorrow. Messi knew that every single second that slipped away pushed him one step further away from his dreams, and Messi fought with all his might for every single second he was given. Now, how much are you genuinely willing to pay for your own dreams? Are you willing to skip sleep just like Messi did? Are you willing to step entirely out of your comfort zone when it hurts? Are you willing to work on yourself relentlessly while everyone else is resting, partying, and having fun, and fight like Messi? Success in the bright showcase looks wonderful to everyone. All of us want a shiny gold medal or a prestigious Ballon d'Or hanging proudly around our neck like Messi, but nobody actually wants to see the grueling backstage work. The backstage means making that unbreakable promise to yourself when absolutely no one is watching, and Messi spent years practicing tirelessly in the dark anonymity of the backstage. The backstage means practicing out in the freezing rain when your body aches and you just want to pull the warm blanket over your head and sleep, but Messi never allowed himself to do that. Messi was the exact boy who, when other kids went out to parties and lived carelessly, stayed alone on the pitch shooting against a brick wall until his passing and shooting accuracy reached 0.1%, and Messi built his entire global empire from that simple, relentless method. Now it's finally time for you to make a fundamental, radical change in your lifestyle and take Messi as your ultimate role model. Starting today, right this exact moment while you are hearing these words, throw your pathetic excuses away just like Messi threw his excuses away. Is your height short? Are your current conditions bad? Do you have no financial capital? Does nobody believe in your vision? Perfect. That means your life story is going to be far more fascinating, and you too can act like Messi. The world falls deeply in love with people who rise from the ashes of failure, not those born with a silver spoon in their mouth, and Messi was precisely one of those legendary people. Messi showed the world that you can rise from the absolute lowest point on earth, from the dusty alleys of Argentina, and conquer the highest peaks of the world, provided that every single day, just like Messi, you take one real, measurable step forward. So get up off the couch and fight like Messi. Put your endless excuses aside because the game of your life is not over yet, and you are just at the start of the second half, exactly like Messi who never gave up when the odds were stacked against him. You have to score the winning goal of your life yourself. No one else is ever going to step onto the pitch for you, and the ball is right at your feet now. What are you going to do with this ball?